Yo, 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 what's going on, everyone? What up, what up? It's your girl, Miss DJ Hoodie, coming at you in the beginning of 2025. Yes. And up on panel, we got Just Rap.
That threw me off. What the hell was that?
Gotta get him hype, because it's no longer Boo That Guy.
We're making bird sounds now.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm just gonna say that was one of the stupid ass things that people were doing in their songs, or the new artists. Well, they're not new anymore, but like, yeah, they used to make those stupid ass pigeon noises. It's like, oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? That's disgusting.
Wasn't that Birdman?
Yeah. Like, who the fuck lied and said that shit was hot? The fuck?
I think that's when it started that people would do shit for attention, even if it wasn't popular. Even if people didn't like it, it was still getting a response. So, like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
But anyways, Boo That Guy. Yeah.
Nope.
Nothing else makes sense except for Boo That Guy.
Nah, I just think that they gotta get over you. That's what I think it is. Because if they're still Boo That Guy, they're still hanging on. Like, there's still something there that they need to get help with, right?
Yes. People need help.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into all of that. And okay, so this sparked my interest. I know I tweeted about it about a week ago, where I was like, what?
That one song. I don't know. Every time somebody says about a week ago, I remember that one stupid song.
Sing it.
No. I don't even know except for that part.
Well, we're gonna get copyright anyway, so yeah, maybe don't.
We didn't play it.
Isn't that stupid?
What? Don't you get like 30 seconds of playing the song? Or is it
10
30
seconds.
or 15?
10 seconds. Yeah, it's 10 seconds now. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. It's getting shorter and shorter. People that are singers, and you know how they sing like a cappella or covers to like songs, their videos are getting pulled unless they get like permission or something. But
is that happening on TikTok too?
I think so. Like, I don't see many people lip singing anymore. Is it lip singing or lip syncing?
Syncing.
Lip syncing.
Yes.
Lip singing. I always say lip singing.
I
haven't seen much of that.
Yeah, they changed a lot of rules on TikTok. So.
Yeah, and then supposedly it's gonna get shut down this month.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to, because people are spending money on TikTok. I mean, look at me. I just sandblasted my foot or my feet with the item that I got on TikTok, and then I got my my shredder that shreds like cheese and veggies and stuff. I bought that. I bought a watch to track my steps and stuff. That's still coming in the mail. What else did I get from TikTok? I feel like I got something else from the TikTok.
It's the TikTok. That was funny.
Yeah, the TikToks.
I'm getting yo.
No, they're not gonna cut TikTok, man. I don't think so.
So are they just trying to get paid or something? Or are they trying to? Why are they trying to ban it?
Well, wasn't it like 2 years ago they were saying like, if you like try not to sign up for TikTok because you're selling your information or location to overseas somewhere. I don't even know if it's like China or somewhere.
I think it is a Chinese-owned app. I don't know. It's all politics, man. Someone else wants money.
Well, I mean, I'm not hating or anything when I say this, but like, everybody wants like American money. Yeah. So I think American money is a lot more valuable than their money's there. So they're not gonna, and most of the items, they do ship from China. That's why it takes like a week, sometimes a week and a half to get our items. And we have to pay, I think the flat rate for shipping is $10, which is stupid, because when they sell you a product, and I should know because I look for good deals on TikTok, but they're always like, oh yeah, you can get, these earbuds. I was like, I know I bought something else and I'm wearing it on my head right now, and I'm like, what else did I get? They say like, you could get these earbuds, for instance, these are only $5, these are only $10, and when you go to check out, you're paying an extra 10. So these actually cost me $20.
So can you just go to Amazon and type in the same name?
You know what? I was dumb enough to not do that. I didn't do that. And I probably would have gotten a better one, because I was just telling Rob last night, I was like, they're lying. Like, they said that these earbuds last 30 hours and they like die like right away. Like, one side will go out, then the other side, and then I have to put them back in the thing. But you know what I didn't test is the language. What is it? The translator. yeah, I still haven't tried that feature yet, and I've had these for like 2 weeks now, something like that. But you're supposed to download an app, and the thing that I felt was kind of like, it's kind of not worth it, or like they didn't say this,
Mm-hmm.
but like let's say for instance, okay, because we all know in a nail salon, it's all like Chinese people, Asians that
Oh,
run
yeah.
these nail shops, and my whole thing is that they're talking shit about us, telling each other how disgusting we are, and whatever. But they don't say, like, when they're selling this product, that you have to download an app and you have to set it to what language they're speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're speaking Chinese. I don't know if they're speaking Japanese. I don't know if it's Vietnamese. I just don't know. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's many different kinds of different languages that all
Yeah.
sound the same to us, but is very different for them. So
Mm-hmm.
if I go into a nail shop and I want to be like, I want to see these bitches talking about me, I have to sit there and like wonder and figure out what language they're using, unless, and I've done this before. I was like, wow, your language sounds very hard to like learn. And I'll be like, what are you guys speaking? And they were like, oh, we all come from different places. So what my nail tech told me, and this was like a couple years ago, she was like, oh, I'm Vietnamese, and that guy over there, the cashier, he's Japanese. And I'm like, can y'all understand each other? And they were just like, yeah, kind of, pretty much. And I'm like, okay, well, so I would have to set it to like what language they're speaking for it to translate on my phone. And they speak really fast and, right behind one another. So if it hears, if it, listens, it's probably not going to capture everything that they're saying.
Mm.
So
So it's useless.
kinda.
It should be
So
detecting it first and then translating.
yeah. So it's going to take longer to get what they're saying, or for the thing to pick up what they're saying.
Mm.
So yeah, and I kind of don't want to try it out because I feel like I'm going to be disappointed. So like another thing too is, let's say I'm going to, set it to Spanish, and like you talked about Spanglish, and it's not going to pick up anything because it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, you can't detect, what this person is saying, as to compare it like to, let's say, like your mother speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's going to be like, oh, error. It's just going to
It's
be
gonna
like, we
spell
can't.
out.
Yeah, like it's gonna, yeah, and you guys are gonna break my earbuds. So, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's something I'll try. And I was thinking about, like, okay, like I'll either talk to you, or like have the thing on when you're talking, or like, okay, maybe I'll check with YouTube. Like I'll just play a video in Spanish
Mm-hmm.
and I see what it says. But then the captions sometimes don't work on the fucking YouTube video.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's. I mean, it's a neat product, if it actually works. But there's like hundreds of these types of earbuds now. So
Yeah.
which one is the best? Which one is more accurate? And some people be lying in the fucking comments like, "Oh, this works perfect for my job. I travel with my job, and I speak." Or like the conference meeting, and it went well because of these things. I owe these things my life, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, okay, how much did you get just to fucking write that?
Yeah.
Because Amazon does that now. Like I seen this TikTok. I think I saved it, but there's this TikTok where the guy was like, "Oh, if you guys want to make extra money, like I'm making money off of this toy that just sits around in my house that my kids no longer play with, but this thing is making me money. Let me show you how." So he takes a picture of the thing, of this toy, and he uploads it to Amazon. You know how when it's like it scans the item that you
Mm-hmm.
took a picture of, and then it pulls it up, and it's like it says, how on Amazon it'll show like the reviews, like how many stars it has, how much it is, things like that. And if you post that picture, and if you rate it, and if you give it a comment, like a review, you
Mm-hmm.
get paid for it. And like this guy was making it sound like, oh, I'm taking pictures of everything in my house, and I'm just like, okay, now it's a scam, because like you're not really like reviewing it, like you're just taking a picture and you're just like saying something very short about it, like, oh, this works, or oh, this is perfect, and then
Right.
like, oh, my wife loves it, like, and that's all you say, like you're not being descriptive enough. And a lot of people were like, yeah, you have to be a partner with Amazon to make money doing that. So
Mm-hmm.
when you look at these reviews, because when I buy things off of Amazon, I'm looking at the reviews, and I read the ones that are longer, not like a little sentence, or like, yeah, like and now I know, because I seen that video, and people were just like, yeah, stupid ass, like not anyone can make money, you have to get approved, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to be like an influencer, you have to be like you have to buy like a certain amount through Amazon, to be considered, or just a bunch of stuff off of Amazon. You can't just buy something at a yard sale, take a picture of it, and then upload it. And I'm wondering if you have to have bought that item off of Amazon to review it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this stupid ass guy was like, oh, I've had this toy for how many years? My kids don't play with it anymore. I take a picture and, oh, you know what? It's making me money. And it's just like, you fucking jackass. It's just stupid. Like, it's just like, okay, like, calm down that cockiness, right? Yeah. So now that I know that and I've seen that video, it is kind of like, okay, so it's almost like a scam. Like people just get on and just write bullshit just to get some change or whatever. So can we trust reviews now? I thought it was 3:33, but fuck. Yeah. Now I'm like, I had to blink how many fucking times. Like, I can't see, man. Glasses. I'm telling you. No, I don't want to right now.
Buy glasses yesterday?
I did, and I think I bought the wrong kind, so I might have to exchange it. If not, just go get another one. But it helps. It helps. It's just, I kind of noticed that, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. But I'll go on Amazon and take a picture and fucking upload it and get paid for it. Oh, these glasses are paying for itself. And I didn't even get it from Amazon.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I just think that people kill everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be like a stable thing, especially like if you're buying something from Amazon, like, every week or a couple times a week. I could see that working out for people, and they get like a portion if it sells or whatever. But I think that's another thing that person said, like, oh, if somebody buys it, everybody that's left a review gets a cut. I don't see how that's working out. And if it is, you're probably only getting like 10 or 30 cents. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it, but so that's my rant. What's your rant?
Part of the rant. I'm sure that's not it.
What's not it?
That was not your rant. That just came out of nowhere.
Well, what I was getting to was on Twitter. I posted about a week ago, like, how come people just don't get over shit? And you already know where that comes from. But I've pretty much ranted. So, I mean, with what I wrote on Twitter, does that resonate with what's angering you today?
Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, kind of.
Well, just ran away. You don't have to pertain to that or whatever. But you're just angry, like you're furious.
No, I don't get furious.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't. I get a little mad on the scale from...
Oh, my God.
Oh, actually, no, I got pissed the other day. And it was nobody's fault.
There we go.
I was not, like, trying to blame it on anyone. Honestly, it wasn't even that serious. I was just mad that my freaking fries got ruined.
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah. He was upset, and I could feel it through the phone, and I started crying.
You did?
I was crying. Babe.
I'm trying to remember.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I wanted to make it right for him, and I was trying to order him Carl's Jr. And he shot that down, and then I started crying because, I felt really bad.
Okay, let me tell you what happened. So the reason why I was kind of, at first, like, it takes a lot for me to get mad. So at first I was just kind of, I don't even want to say upset, because when I say upset, it sounds like I was kind of pouting and shit, and I wasn't pouting. I was just like, okay, fuck it, it is what it is. So, and my fries, so they come from a potato, right? You take a potato, you cut it up. It's not like I get my fries from a bag. Not all the time, but anyway, so we cut the potato, we soaked it for maybe 30 minutes, and then that's when I was going to cook it, and I started cooking it, but I didn't know that somebody was coming over. And I was also cooking the rest of my meal, which of course was done faster than the potatoes, than the fries, right? So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I would just eat the potatoes last. I didn't eat it with my meal, but what pissed me off, or what ruined my potatoes, was they were almost done, and they just needed a little tiny bit more to be done. And I came to the room because I didn't want to interrupt. They were going to do something in the kitchen, and I couldn't be there. So I was like, okay, I told my mom. It sounds so stupid. It sounds stupid now, but in the moment, I told my mom, I was like, it just needs like 2 more minutes. After 2 more minutes, you turn it off and then either call me or just bring them, because I didn't want to interrupt her and her person that was here. So I was like, either bring them to me, like, let me know that they're done. And she was like, okay. And then so almost 20 minutes later, I text her, because again, they were doing business, and I don't want to be all up in their business, so I didn't want to interrupt them and be all in the kitchen. And so I hit her up, and I was like, are they done? And she was like, oh yeah, I turned them off like 15 minutes ago. And I was like, what the fuck? So I finished my food without my potatoes, and I was like, okay, well, I'm also, at the same time, I was waiting for you because we were going to record. And I was like, watch, as soon as I tell you, like, hey, let's just do it, let's just start recording, that lady or that person's going to leave. And then that's exactly what happened. I was like, so now I'm mad because they were freaking soggy and they were freaking cold and they taste like crap because the fat that they were cooked in, it solidified, so it was gross. It was nasty. But I am not gonna waste food, so I ate them.
Mm.
And when I called you, I was eating them, and you were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm pissed." So yeah.
Man, yup.
And then so of course I had already ate and I was full, and then you were telling me that you were gonna send me food, and I'm like, "No, don't waste your money," because that's another thing that I like. I really don't order food for delivery because of the fees. I'm not gonna pay $30 for a $15 meal. Fuck that. I'd rather just not eat it, or I'll wait until we can go. I'm not gonna pay those fees. Fuck that. So that's why I was. I did feel bad. I was like, no, I don't want you to feel like I'm rejecting your offer. That wasn't it. It was like, I'm already full. I already ate, and I don't want you to waste your money on that. I don't want it. I know that's probably what it sounded like. Like, no, I don't want it. Like I was trying to tantrum.
You
now,
don't let me anymore.
Yeah. And then she thought he was crying, and I was like, babe, don't get offended. Like I would do it if I wasn't already full. I don't like wasting food, and I definitely don't like wasting money. She was like, I just wanted to buy you something. I'm like, okay, then buy me a notebook.
Yeah,
and she bought me a notebook. So
I did. The
See?
best purchase I ever made for babe.
Yes. No, anything you buy me is good, babe.
Yeah, I just, I really enjoy my food. And when my food doesn't come out the way that I want, then, yeah, I get disappointed. Like, because food to me is everything. And, yeah, like, I could feel it through the phone. And it wasn't a good feeling. And I was like, as soon as he was like, no, I'm not okay. Like, I just shut the hell up with the quickness. Like, I wasn't, because normally if he was like, no, I'm not okay. If he were to say it like that, I would be like, no, what's wrong, babe? Talk to me. Like, yeah, when he said it the way that he said it and the energy that came with it, I was like, oh, shit.
Did you feel it before I called you?
A little bit. I kind of felt like we were, like, just apart. Like, not disconnected or anything, but just, like, just uneasy. Like just, like you heard bad news or something. Well, that was bad news. I turned it off 20 minutes ago. Yeah. So, and it just, I don't like you upset. It's not a good feeling, and it's a very strong feeling. And I'm pretty sure it sounds or feels like the same when I get really angry, and you can, like, feel it coming in from everywhere. So, yeah. And so I was just, like, I was trying to see what was wrong. And yeah, it was really hard because I was like, okay, what happened? Because Rob, it takes a lot to get him really upset. So I'm thinking it's really bad. And then you're like, I fucked up my fries. And I was like, not to be mean, but is that it?
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's break this down because I only have like 15 minutes. But okay, this is what I think we should do. I think we should X this. Okay. Remember what red X means?
Oh.
Red X.
Wait.
I know, just okay,
2650. 2650.
Okay,
Okay, go. Yes.
So, what I think we should do is, of course, keep talking about this for however long I have left, and then when I leave, you record your part. Or unless you want to wait for me, because I do kind of want to know what you're thinking, because I don't want you to ask me something and then I'll be like, well, I didn't hear it yet until the replay. So it's up to you if you want to pause it until I finish praying.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I have questions. So, okay, what was the first thing that you felt when you heard that I was mad? Because I know feeling that I was mad or feeling that something was wrong with me is one thing, and then actually hearing it, because like I said, I don't often get mad. So when you heard me get mad, and I was like, no. What did you feel?
Like, what did I think it was, or what did I feel?
What did you feel? Yeah, what did you feel?
I felt like you heard bad news or something. Let's say, like, are you talking like feeling?
Yes, feelings.
Yeah. Okay. I was scared. I was scared. Yeah, I was scared. I was confused. I was worried. I felt like crying already. I felt like I didn't want to overstep by asking the wrong thing. I didn't want to annoy you by being like, oh, like, what's wrong? Or, like, I just felt, I was like spiraling. Like, I was going like up and down. Like, I didn't know if I should have been mad with you or like sad with you, but I was just like really confused. And I felt like I was starting to feel desperate and anxious. But
That's
feeling from you, I just like, I felt like you were gonna get mad at me or something. Yeah, and that's why I was like, I don't even know what I did, but like, tell me what happened. Yeah.
So I can fix it. Yeah, see, and I'm not saying that I got mad so that you knew what I felt or what I feel when you're mad. but that's exactly how I feel when you're mad. I feel like
Oh, wow.
tension, not just like your tension, because of course if you're mad, you're already tense. But I feel tension like between us. I feel like, can I even ask why you're mad? And if you like, I tell you like what's wrong because I noticed something too, and I'm like, what's wrong? You're like, nothing. I don't want to talk about it. Or like, I'm just mad, and I'm like, what happened? You're like, I don't want to talk about it. And it's like I have to accept that, even if me myself, like I'm doing the same thing. I'm spiraling too. Like I'm feeling all these feelings, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, did somebody do something to you? Did I do something to you? Is it something that I can fix? Is it something that you just want to talk about, or like you don't want to talk about? It's all these questions that are in my mind, and I'm just quiet. I'm just waiting until either we talk about it or we start talking about something else. But yeah, that's what I feel. That's the same way I feel when something makes you mad. So I don't know. For you, in that moment, would it have been better for me to tell you what happened, or not to tell you what happened?
If you're not ready to tell me, I would say like just say not right now, cause like you're gonna tell me, just like not right now. Like you're gonna tell me, but you just need to chill out, because I know I've said that to you a couple times. Like when I was really angry, and then when you ask me, I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. And then I try to follow up with like I'll tell you, just not right now. I need to chill the fuck out, or let me call you back. Like I try to tell you like something, cause yeah, I don't ever want you to think it's you,
Yeah.
because yeah, like that's the last thing that I need, is for you to think that it's us, or like there's gonna be tension between us if I don't say anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the last thing that we need. Like I'm not gonna say, oh, that's the last thing that I need. Like it's the last thing that we need. So like I have to tell you like, no, not right now, or like, you know what, like let me call you back. I just need to chill the fuck out, or you know, I try to tell you something.
Yeah.
It does take me a while to say it, because it's just like like my mind is so focused on that, and then it's like you have to say something to him, because yeah, he's feeling you right now.
Yeah. I don't remember. I don't want to say that I blacked out and shit, but it really wasn't that.
Oh, so you know, now you know how I feel. Like I fucking black out all the time when I'm angry.
No. Like, I know that I knew that it was stupid. I knew that I should not be mad. I knew that I was trying to calm myself down because I was like, it's not that serious. Like, okay, they're soggy, they're nasty, you don't like them.
Oh, fries are everything. Yeah, I'll get pissed off over fries. I've done that before.
But to me, it was like, it's not that serious, so just get over it. And at the same time, it's like, yeah, but I want to be mad. I should be able to be mad.
Right.
I shouldn't have
exactly
to
how I like when
anger.
I get angry. I feel like all of it's valid. You can't fuck with me right now.
Yeah, like, and I think that's part of the reason why I didn't tell you exactly what happened, because I know that, like, even me thinking it, I knew that it was stupid. And I didn't want to tell you, like, my fucking fries got ruined or whatever, which I did end up saying. And so, like that's you're gonna start fucking World War III because your fucking fries got ruined. It's like,
as soon as he said that, all of that anxiety, nervousness, worry, sadness, you know, being scared, all of that shit just went away. And I was like, I'm not going to offend you, but is that it?
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! I wanted to laugh so hard. I was just like,
see,
oh,
me being in that state, me being in that state of anger, I knew how stupid it was, but I didn't need for you to tell me like, no.
It was. I'm not even gonna lie.
Right, but we can laugh about it now. But if in that moment you would have started laughing at it, or you would have told me like, "Oh, how cute," I would have been even more pissed, because I would have been like, "What the fuck?" Like, just imagine you being at your peak of anger, and I'm telling you, "Oh, you're so cute." You would be like, "Shut the fuck up." Well, maybe not, but you know, yeah. Of course, like I understood in the moment just how stupid it was, but it still pissed me off.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make it right. You know, just you know, because you know we're far away, and for me, you know, I just wanted to do something for you, because you know you gifted me quite a few things for Christmas, and you know, to me that was like the last, you know, the minimalist thing that I could have done for you, you know, and you were just like, no. And yeah, I did get hurt, because I was just like, are you really like not hungry, or are you just saying no because you're still very pissed and it's not gonna fix anything that can be fixed?
No, it's just like for a lot of reasons. Like I said, I had just ate, so yes, I was already full. I wasn't satisfied, but I was full. And then it's just like it was the last fucking thing, and it ruined the whole fucking meal. So yes, I was full, but I wasn't satisfied. But I wasn't about to spend fucking or have you spend $30 fucking on a $15 meal. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I was like, no, I'll rather like that's the same amount of money that we would spend if you and I are eating together, and I would just rather wait for that. So when you were like, yeah, but I want to do something for you, I was like, okay, then buy me a notebook. I'll send you the link, because that to me made more sense. Like, I'm gonna write in that notebook about my ruined potatoes. So I'm gonna name it the potato book.
Yes.
The day my potatoes were ruined. Oh shit! You said something about me wheezing. I didn't notice it. I am. That means I have something wrong with my lungs. You hear it?
No, I didn't notice it before, but until you said it, and then you demonstrated it, and I was like, shit, I was like that too. So yeah, like when I laugh too hard, to I'm gonna pass out. Like I'll hear it, or like after a walk or something, then yeah, I'll hear it.
That's crazy. I wonder what's going on. So yeah, I was mad about my potatoes, my soggy. I fucking hate soggy fries. I hate soggy fries.
I could deal with soggy fries, but I cannot deal with hard fries, aka McDonald's cold fries are the worst. Ugh, the worst. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. So fucking annoying. I hate it when you go, oh my gosh, especially like at night. You know how some McDonald's are 24 hours? You go through the drive-thru. Oh my gosh, and you tell them like, or you ask them, are the fries fresh? They fucking lie to you. Say like, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. And you know when they say it like that, they're fucking lying. Oh my gosh. And you know what I would do? They would give me the bag, and I would eat the fries right in front of them. And I'm like, these fries are cold. I want fresh fries.
Didn't they tell us once, oh, it's taking longer because they're fresh, and then we got them and they were fucking toothpicks?
Oh my god, I was pissed. I was pissed. Yeah, don't lie. Don't fucking lie. And you know how sometimes they have like the manager's phone number at the window, and it's like, oh, if there's an issue, call the manager, and then they leave a number. They never fucking answer it, or their mailbox is full. They never pick up. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say soggy or overly greasy potatoes. That's what I can't.
Oh my god, those are the best. The
Are
best. They? Yes. Oh my gosh.
See, I prefer them hard. That's what she said. I prefer them hard and in my mouth. That's what she
said. Who is this, by the way?
Nobody likes a limp one in their mouth. That's what she
said. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're making me change my mind now about fries. Soggy fries, limp fries. Yeah, see, I knew that's why I said limp. Yes. In the beginning of the cast. Prediction.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
that's what I was mad about.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it's actually kind of concerning and worrisome when you know someone doesn't get mad, and they get mad the way that they get mad. And yeah, like that is like scary, because you're just like, holy shit, like what happened? And knowing that you don't get mad at just anything like I do. Yeah, like that's why I was scared, because I was like, holy shit, like what the fuck happened? And he was like, I fucked up my fries, and I was like, what?
But I don't think it was just that. I think it was the fact that well, for one, I was waiting for you too. I was waiting for you to tell me when you were ready, and I was waiting and waiting. I'm not sure if I hit you up and you were like, no, I'm not ready yet. But so I was waiting for you. I was waiting for that, and then I was kind of in between. I didn't want to start my Bible study and then have to stop. So I was like, now I'm just here stuck. And then my fries were ruined. And I was like, okay, fine. And I think you hit me up and you were like, okay, I'm ready. So I was like, okay, fine, we'll record. And then that's when my fries came, and I was like, I knew it. I knew as soon as I was going to get ready to do something else, that was going to happen. So then I was like, okay. I was just mad. But it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah, I was scared. Yeah.
I mean, I don't get scared when I get, like, I guess I can be scary mad, but I still have control of myself when I'm mad. I don't think I've ever blacked out when I'm pissed. So I'm very conscious of what I'm doing. So I can't even be like, oh yeah, I just blacked out because I was so pissed off, and now there's 3 dead people in front of me. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, no, I know exactly what happened. I know exactly why I did it. I know exactly who they are. But, I mean, hopefully I never get to that point. I never get to a point where I'm blacked out mad. But, yeah.
Yeah, don't be like me.
I think it's, as a society, I think people are more scared of people that don't get mad. Because they're like, oh my gosh, when that person blows up, it's going to be a definitely big blow up.
Yeah.
But I mean, could you see me blowing up like that?
No, but I guess that's
you're like, I was
dangerous
scared
part.
over the fries. Yeah.
And those are just fries.
I know.
Dude, I know I could get pissed about shit, right? I mean, I could get that pissed over my fries. I mean, I've done it before. I mean, talking about McDonald's fries, like you get home and that shit is hard, you know? Like you can't, it shouldn't be edible. And
yeah, that's why I eat the fries first. I don't like cold, hard fries.
Yeah, he does. He does eat his fries first, because I'm just like, man, how could you eat the fries first? Yeah. But, I mean, you just think about it. Like you put your shoes on, right? And then you got to go in your car, and then let's say, oh, I'm gonna beat the traffic by ordering ahead, but when you get there, like curbside is closed, and then there's a long ass fucking line, and you're waiting in line however fucking long, and let's say you just forget to check your fries, and when you get home, you're just like, I fucking waited in the drive-thru 45 fucking minutes for cold ass fries, and you can't even fucking take it back because you're put way back in the fucking line.
Yeah.
So that's where I'll fucking blow the fuck up. And once you get me in the fucking drive-thru, shit, when they try to tell you like, oh, can you park in the front and we'll bring it out to you, like, no, I can wait right here. And then that's when they run and tell the manager, and then the manager will try to get me out, like, no, I'm good, I'll wait. Because you guys will forget about me sitting out there. So like, that's not my fault. That's how you guys, that's what you guys do. You guys just forget about us. So yeah, and they're just like, oh well. I'm like, okay, like, yeah, that's right.
I think that's what pissed me off that one time, because we were in the drive-thru and they were waiting. We were waiting. They were like, oh, can you park in the front? Like, we'll bring them out to you because we're making them fresh. And then when they came out, they were hard and fucking toothpicks. And I was like, you lying ass motherfucker. Why?
Didn't you show me that video where that chick was like, McDonald's be like, and then she pulled the fries out of the freezer?
Yeah.
I was like, yes, that right there. Yes, they fucking do that shit. Yeah, that would piss me off. That I would be like, I'm not fucking going anywhere until you fucking, because I had to fucking wait. You're gonna forget about me out there, and they're gonna be like, oh, we won't forget. Nah, I'm good. Dip some fresh fucking fries, bitch, because I'm not leaving. Because this is the second fucking time I had to come back over here.
Yeah, I think it's the anticipation of like, oh, I'm gonna eat good, and then that happens, and it's like everything's ruined.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't even want it. I'm not even hungry no more.
Yep, I get that way too. And that's what's kind of like fucked up about me, I guess, is like I'll have that attitude around my parents, and it just sets, like, my anger can set the whole house, and I don't mean for that to happen. I'm just that pissed, like that pissed, to where my parents are like, what happened? And then I'll be, oh my god, like, you saw me throwing shit. Like, I'll throw the fucking bag, and and then the fries will just go everywhere, and my parents will be like, what's wrong? And I'll be like, oh, they fucked up my order or whatever. So what they'll do is my dad will be like, let me go over and I'll take it back or whatever. And then so my dad, he'll collect the sandwich, and then he'll just go. And my mom, she'll actually like go around picking up the fries, and that's where I feel fucking stupid. Like seeing my parents clean up after me and like handle it and like take care of it for me. But the most embarrassment and shame that I feel is watching my blind mother do her best at picking up the fries, and I'm just like, just angry at myself. Like the anger will shift back at myself, and that's where I have to step in and of course apologize and like, you know what, I did it. Let me clean it up. I'm sorry, Mom. Like I'll apologize, and and it is a stupid thing to get angry over, and you can't even go to these places and be like, you know what, you guys need to do better, because especially at the places that I go to, because they know me, and every time I go back over there, they could be spitting in my sandwich for all I fucking know, or doing something intentional to tick me off or whatever, but they're just making shit worse because I won't even leave the drive-thru until I get extra fries for your fuck ups, But it's just the fact that I can get so angry to where like I am like that's something that, because I don't throw my food anymore. Let me tell you, because the last time I threw my food, like I just stood there like just wanting to scream, and I had to look at myself, and then that's when I said, you know what, you just threw a tantrum. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think people like realize that part. And like, oh, because people want to go out and appear like, oh, I don't trip. Oh, it ain't no thing. Like, I'm chill. Like, I'm cool. Like I don't flip out on small shit. I don't flip out on dumb shit. But here I was, just did a whole ass fucking tantrum to where my parents are picking up after me. And that's where I felt embarrassed. I felt ashamed because I was just so angry that my whole day was just fucked, And I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of bad days. Like, let me just say, I have a lot of bad days. And I still try to, front or lie or pretend like I'm cool. But deep down, like, I'm like super pissed. I could just slap the shit out of any random person. And
random people.
Yes, because I could just go up to someone, knock them out, and they would be like, why did you do that? You know what you did. You know what you did. And I would just walk away. Like, I would just be like, yeah, everybody deserves a fucking slap in the face. And I would be totally cool with that. And I would be free of that. I got it out, and it went back to you, motherfucker. You know what you did. But like I quit doing that. Like, I quit throwing my food, but like sometimes when I do have a bad day, I just know it, and then I'm just like, fuck, like this is the rest of my day. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you're just setting yourself up for a bad day. No, motherfucker, I'm talking like it's after 5 o'clock and bad shit is still happening. So you can't tell me that, like, tell me this shit at 9 in the morning. And then I could chill out and be like, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to give myself like another 6-8 hours of bad luck. But it's after 5 o'clock, son. You're not going to fucking tell me that I'm calling this energy to me. Right? So like for me, like when I know I'm having a bad day, I will flip the fuck out for the rest of the day, because why? It don't even matter. It don't matter anymore, because now I'm pissed. Yes, keep coming to me. Like, you know, yes, all negativity, come to me, because I got something for you. And we still got until midnight for you to keep hitting me with this shit. And I take it like a champ. Yes,
Come
I do.
on, bring it, bitch.
Yes. And it's crazy. And I've tested this my entire life. I am not bullshitting you that when I say after midnight, things are just lighter. It's midnight, but it's just a beautiful night. And like, as if I didn't have a bad day the previous day. Like, things just get better at midnight. It's just so weird. But because I was like, yo, I could get fucked up fries at 6 o'clock. You know what? Bet your ass, if I go back to the place at midnight, it's going to hit. I take my ass back over there. I was just there 6 hours ago. The fries, the burger, oh my God, the burger is juicy. They put all the extra fixings that I ordered. Nothing missing. My burger was wrapped like it was a piece of art. And fries, like, they packed the box full of fries, and I got a little bit extra fries at the bottom of the bag. The soda was extra crisp, and I got my ranch. Oh, and guess what? My one of my favorite movies, I don't have to rent it or buy it. It's free on Netflix. You know, like, everything just went fucking perfect. And I'm just like, why didn't this shit happen at 6 o'clock? But I'm not going to question it, because this is midnight. It's the next day. And the rest of the day, until midnight again, is going to be perfect. And all throughout that day, everything just fell into place. So honestly, I will go through a bad day, because I know the grass is going to be greener and a lot more brighter after midnight. It's so weird, but I've always had bad days. Yes. Very true. I'm not lying. Once I start having those, like, you know, while you're here, I'll be like, babe, this is the episode that I was talking about.
But see, you should be happy, because you know that the next day is going to be fucking amazing. Like, I'm looking forward to this.
But I will have, you know, and like you said, just let me be angry. That's why I was telling you, like months ago, like during our entire relationship, marriage, every time I got mad, I always told you, just let me be mad, because that's one of those moments. Because it's like, I'm going to have a tantrum whether you like it or not. Because I feel like that's what I got to do, you know, and it's like, while I have however more hours until midnight to throw a fucking tantrum, I'm going to do it. Because at that point, it's like, we're already over that threshold. We're already over that shit. Like things really can't get any worse, but just keep being bad. So if that can be bad, I'm going to be badder. I'm going to be the baddest of that shit. And I'm going to take these fucking black eyes. But after midnight, I can throw them back. And it does seem silly, but it's like, you just don't know. Like, you know, like if you've never analyzed yourself like that, I think you stay having those tantrums without even realizing that you're having those tantrums. And it does look bad on you. You know, like, if you don't have enough self-control to look back and be like, fuck, I just threw a whole fucking temper tantrum. People throw temper tantrums, and then they fucking act like they don't do that shit. Like they just, you know, play it off like, oh, like, I just, you know, you're not going to embarrass me. And it's like, you should be embarrassed, because you're a grown-ass man and you're fucking throwing these tantrums. You know, but... I mean, I'm laughing. I don't want to say I'm laughing at you, but
yeah, you're laughing.
I just couldn't believe that I was scared. I was confused. I was worried. I was sad. I was wanting to cry. Like, I was feeling all of these things, right? If you go back to the beginning of this episode, or talking about it, you're asking me what I was feeling. Take all of those things and just imagine it just being completely wiped out over fries. And I don't know, like, I guess it's, yeah, like you I just love you so much, and it was just
Oh no.
I was shocked. I was shocked. I was surprised. I was relieved, like, instantly. And it just went away just like that. And I was relieved. I was happy. I wanted to laugh. And and I don't know. I just, you know, I'm just picturing that raccoon with his little hands over his eyes, like, aw. And it's just like, I just wanted to pick you up and just swing you around, like, like, okay, just hold you and carry you on my hip, walking into Carl's Jr. to get you fries.
No.
Yes, like I don't know, it was just adorable to me, like, yeah, like it was. I loved it. I loved all that, because yeah, you really don't get angry, and yeah, that was so small to me, but I'm pretty sure that like as many times as I can go through the drive-through and come out with shitty fries, like yeah, you can laugh at me then, but it's fine. Yeah, but sorry, Vay, I was laughing at you, but you're
No,
just
it's
so
okay.
cute. You're so cute. Yes.
No, but imagine me saying that to you when you're pissed off, and I'm like, you're gonna be like, get away from me. Like, oh, okay, you little demon. It's okay.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean,
No, it's not.
well, it
No,
is
it's not.
actually, because if it were somebody else laughing at me, oh my
Mhm.
God. Yeah, I would drop them in a heartbeat. But because it's you, no, I don't think so. I don't think I could be, because I know how you feel, you know, I know how you feel about me. Sometimes I do watch my anger around you, because it's only because I know how it makes you feel, or like how it can make you feel, or that's where I would be
Yeah,
like, okay, I gotta like chill. Why are you laughing?
because I don't know. You might want to edit this out, and I don't know. It depends, but I don't like. I do let you get mad. I do let you, whether I think it's a tantrum or not, whether I think it's valid or not, whether I think it's that big of a deal or not. It doesn't matter. I let you go through it because I understand you have to go through your feelings and your emotions, and I try and be understanding. But when it puts us in danger, or it puts like the car in danger, then yeah, that's where I kind of draw the line. And those are the times where I was like, okay, no, fuck that. You need to get a grip
Mm-hmm.
of yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
so anything else, like, and I don't want to make it sound like, oh, it doesn't matter that you're mad because whatever it is small. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I've learned to understand your anger, because even though I don't get angry like that, I still understand how you can get angry like that. So because you said in the beginning you used to get mad more often than now, and not too long ago you
Mm-hmm.
and I talked about this, that I don't want it to be like you don't get like you're still angry but you don't express it because of me. I'm okay with you expressing it. Like I said, if it puts us in danger, then I kind of have to draw the line there a little bit, or just cross
Mm-hmm.
myself and be like, okay, I'm gonna die today. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I know. I know now after that incident, and I think we briefly talked about it on the wine run. But yeah, when it's me by myself, and I know that's where I blacked out, because I really did feel like I was by myself,
Mhm.
right? Because um we don't you don't share my anger, I guess. And I feel like, and I'm not saying that this is what it is, but I'm
Mhm.
kind of guessing that if you were to share my anger, I don't think I would have done that, because I know how you feel. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I know how you feel about the situation, and I wouldn't be as pissed about it, if that makes sense. Um but we talked about it in a way where it's like, okay, I'll do my best, to like not be that way. But when I'm by myself, you know how when you said that, okay, I'll cross myself and all right, I'm gonna die. For me,
Mhm.
it's like, oh yeah, if I go, I'm bringing your ass down with me. And yeah, like
Yeah.
but not to you, I'm talking about like the
Yeah.
person that I'm beefing with, right? So like for me, it's just like, hey, are you ready? I'm ready, because you're driving like a fucking bat out of hell. I'll bring your ass back to hell with me.
Mhm.
And it's most of the time when I'm out, I do protect myself. And I try to protect my feelings. I always try to like pray and or talk to myself, like, you know what, it's not that serious. For a few bucks, this is not worth getting into a wreck over, or getting in a altercation, or things like that. But like for me, it's like, hey man, if you're driving crazy and you want to kill everybody, like, all right, I'm down, let's do it. And like see where you're at, with it. And like, oh, okay, you're okay with putting everybody's else's lives on in danger, and you running away, like you cause an accident and you run away. You're not gonna stop, you're not gonna apologize, you're not gonna check to see if anybody's okay, you're gonna drive off like a little bitch. So like for
Yeah.
me, it's like, okay, let's see how well you drive. And that's not a cool attitude to have, but I do, and I can get like that, and I'm trying to change that. Like I'm trying to just be like, you know what, I know what's gonna happen to you, but for me, it's just like, don't fuck with me, like don't fuck with these people.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you something that happened? I completely forgot about this, but well, one, I have a question. When you said that I don't share in your anger, in that situation, that one that could have ended bad, if I would have been like, you fucking moron, or if I would have reacted in an angry way towards that person, would that have been enough? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
If I would have shared in your anger? Because to me, it was like, okay, we avoided a car wreck.
Yeah,
and
like
I think that's,
oh my God, yeah, that,
like, I guess that's what I meant when I said, like, sometimes I don't get mad enough. To me, it's just like, okay, we avoided a car wreck, and everybody's fine. All right, let's just move on. But
yeah,
I
in
do
my
see what
head,
you're
I'm
saying,
like,
too. Like,
we should have wrecked. Like, all of
yeah.
us should have wrecked. Because
Yeah.
we would have gotten this motherfucker off the road. Off the
Okay.
road, being dangerous or whatever. And, wait, I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Well, that second scenario is if we would have seen him be reckless and like wreck someone and then sped off and like technically gotten away with it, then yes, I would completely be like, let's go fucking like pit maneuver this guy, make him wreck, and let's stop him. He caused that car wreck, we're gonna stop him. I would completely be with you on that. And the reason why I say that is because I have done that. I saw this dude steal a bike from a kid. Like he knocked him on the ground, kicked him or something, took his bike, and I fucking chased this guy in my car, and I crashed into him. I made him hit me. And I was like, dude, you think that I was going to let you get away with that shit? So I put the bike, it's all wrecked and shit, but I put the bike in my car and I took it back to the kid. But I also, like I said, I got that dude arrested. And I hit him with my car practically. So I didn't get in trouble for it. But I did step in. And I did get mad. And it wasn't mad for myself. It was mad for someone else. So if we would have made that dude wreck or gone after him because he did something wrong, then that, to me, is justifiable. But for some reason, going to that extreme over him not completely coming to a stop at a turning lane didn't seem like that bad of a thing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like, okay, I don't understand why you got that mad, but I get it.
Well, that was like another thing too that I wanted to make a point. You know how stupid ass couples, they try to be like, oh yeah, I'm the king and she's my queen and blah blah blah, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're a power couple, ride or die. And oh, if a motherfucker got locked up, I'm gonna put money on his books because we in love. I love this motherfucker. I love him. You know, and it's like, oh my God, like shut the fuck up. Like, you know, motherfucker, if you get put in jail and you expect me to bail your ass out, I'm not doing shit like that if you got into prison or jail over some dumb shit, right? But this may be some dumb shit though, because when I said you don't share my anger, like I needed a ride or die right there. Like just yell with me. Like, you know, I'm not saying like, you know, like get explosives or anything like that, or you know, like I was just
honestly, I didn't even notice what the fuck actually happened. All I saw was that you swerved and then there was a car on the side of us and that was it. I was like, I don't know what happened. So
Yep. Yeah, I needed someone there with me to just like, I mean, I guess to just get it, I guess, because for me it's more than just deliveries. Like you're dealing with mean people, like you're dealing with reckless drivers, like you're dealing with shitty customers, like you're dealing with shitty servers at the restaurant, you know, that you know, and it's all this build up really, like it's construction zones, it's you know, the city buses getting in your way, school buses, even fucking speed bumps, you know, and yeah, those are like really stupid things to get mad about. But when you're hitting every red light and you almost hit a motherfucker on a bike and the motherfucker's wearing all black, no reflectors, or, you know, and it's just like, it's a lot of buildup. And I will most of the time remove myself. Like, you know what? Fuck this night, you know, fuck this day, fuck this delivery, fuck this route, fuck this person, and fuck this food. Like, I'm turning this shit off. I'm going to go home and I'm going to chill the fuck out. So for me, it's like, do I really get angry or do I just like cut this motherfucker off and like just go home? And like most of the time, I will cut it off and like go home. When I hold the anger, I will definitely take it out on people. Like I will take it out on people in the drive-thru, at the restaurants. Like sometimes when I leave things with people, like I almost did this shit the other night. You know, where the lady was like, you know, oh yeah, you can just leave it and blah blah blah. But the stupid bitch didn't fucking tell me the fucking code to get into her complex. And she was like, oh, there's no code. And I said, well, I'm not following anybody in. And she's just like, oh, look for the name. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to look for a name. Like, you know, it's you're inconveniencing me on purpose. Like, you know that I have to have access to get in to deliver your shit. So when, and it almost seems intentional, like they're picking on you. Or like, I don't have to tell them nothing. It's their job. It's their job. You know, like some people, it's not protection from keeping people out to protect you. People do it because it's like, oh, I want to live in a high security place where they have to use my codes. And you know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to be bougie. And like, oh, just tell the security guard, he'll let you in. No, this motherfucker's about to call the cops on me and get me arrested because you don't want to tell me your code or what your last name is because they abbreviate your last name. So it's things like that one, you could get arrested if you're not given a name. And it's like when you are being threatened that, Of course, like it's gonna set you over the edge. And the fact that you have to go through that almost every single delivery, oh yeah, you're gonna get pissed because you're gonna be like, this is wasting my time, and I have to haul all this food for this much money, and you just start to realize that it's bullshit, and then you're just like, nah, fuck that. Like, you're purposely not giving me what I need to do my job. But see, they look at us like a bunch of do boys and do bitches. Oh, you do what I say, and it's like, fuck you, you're not eating tonight. Thanks for my dinner. Fucking bitch. Yeah, like, and I will have these conversations with them. Like, and after I dropped it off, I was like, hey, next time put in the information because it helps us drivers. Did she take it like that? No. You want to know why? She got pissed because she knew that I was telling the truth, and guess what? She gave me a bad rating just because I told her what she should do to help the next driver. See, she didn't want no one telling her that shit. But I'm pretty sure all the previous delivery drivers felt the same way that I did, probably wanted to tell her, but they were afraid of getting a bad rating and getting their tip taken away. But I was like, I know I'm not going to get tipped if I say something, and I know she's going to give me a bad rating. But I fucking did it anyway because I was pissed. But it needed to be said. Someone had to tell her. So she was trying to give all these excuses in the chat, and I wasn't even reading it. It's like, give me a fucking number. Give me the pin. Oh, well, I've already put it in the description, and I said, where, bitch? Where?
Where, bitch?
It was not in the description. So she was lying. Either that, or maybe she thought she put it, well, maybe she did, but she probably put it in DoorDash instead of Uber, or Amazon instead of Uber. So I could understand that, but bitch, it's not on there. So you're lying.
Right, and why couldn't she just be like, oh, I thought it's in the description, but here you go. Instead of, like, waiting for you to go and look for it, and then it's not there, and then all this other shit.
Yep. I have low tolerance with people. And I do tell people that and when Rob's around, I don't say nothing. When my parents are around, I don't say nothing. But when I'm by myself, I say things. And I just talk to them, because they're just, like, I'm not, I feel like there are no consequences because what you're doing, it is wrong. So, like, this isn't something that I'm making up. So that's why for me, I'm not afraid to say anything because I would be like, okay, where in the world does it say that your attitude and the way that you're acting, the things that you're saying is right? And what I'm saying is the truth. How is that wrong?
Yeah.
And yeah, like, and I won't argue with people, but if you're coming back to me like a stupid ass, I will argue back with you because that's what you're doing. I'm just speaking up saying like, hey, I don't think that's cool. Or, hey, please put more information to help other drivers because we don't want to be stuck at the gate. Because other people that live in this community are uncomfortable with us just coming in and out. So to make it easier and safer, then drop a pin. But they just like, oh, I want my shit and you better do it in the way that I'm telling you to do it. And it's like, well, I can't do it if I can't get in. There were times that I played scavenger hunt. Like this motherfucker ordered like 4 bags of shit. And I was trying to be patient. I was like, where's your building? He's like, it's right in front of you. It's building, let's say 13. And I'm like, no, that's actually building 9. And he's like, I'm looking right at you. It's literally right in front of you. And I'm like, well, can you wave your flashlight? Can you jump up and down? Can you fucking scream? And he's like, it's literally right in front of you. And I'm like, there's all these fucking buildings. I don't see a number 9. And he's like, oh my God, are you fucking kidding? And I'm like, just get your ass downstairs and get your fucking things. And he's like, I ordered delivery drop at my door and I expect you to do it if you want your tip. And I knew I seen him, but not till after all of that shit. And I was like, I think that's him. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to play stupid. So he was waving and I could hear him finally because he felt like he didn't have to scream at me. And and he didn't want to do what I asked him to do. But when I played stupid, then he wanted to speak up, jump up and down, wave his phone and everything like that. And I could hear him, fucking bitch, blah, blah, blah. And I walked the other way. Dude, I dropped 1 bag at the electric box, went behind a dumpster, dropped the other one off there, and then I drove, or not drove, but I walked to like another dumpster, which was at another corner where my car was parked because that's where he dropped the pin. Okay, not my fault. And I dropped the other one on the other, I fucking threw the bag on the other side of the gate in a swimming pool that needed a lock to open it. And then I took a picture of it, but I took a picture of the food close up, like really close to the bag so that you could not see the surrounding of where I put the bag. And I got back in my car and I was like, the food is delivered. And as I drove off, I saw that motherfucker screaming at me. And I saw him in my rearview mirror. I fucking turned the corner like, bye, motherfucker. Good luck looking for your shit. Yeah, people are fucking mean. Like they just think that you're so low just because you're delivering their food, but you'll starve to death without us. So you better
Yeah.
fucking just be nice. It's so hard for people to be nice, and it just blows my fucking mind. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think what I did was valid.
Yeah.
You know, and anybody that works for Uber and all of those, man, like they don't fucking know. Like they don't know what we go through. Like when I talk about like construction zones, school buses and speed bumps and like all of those things that slow us down, but yet they expect us like, oh, you better deliver this by 5:15, and you're held up in traffic and the GPS is telling you, oh, you won't get there till 5:35. And sometimes there are penalties, and it's like that's not my fault. But for them, they're just like, oh well, the customer. See, they're always gonna side with the customer. They never take our side.
Yeah.
So when we speak up and say something, like it's on us. Like they're just like, oh well, you're supposed to provide good quality customer service. And it's just like, not if those motherfuckers are lying or treating us like shit and fucking tip baiting us and fucking like lying about their address just so they could pay less.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they see that you pick up their order, they change their addresses to 20 fucking miles for $4. Like people are that fucked up. And you know what people will do? Like they'll like when you deliver their food and then they open it and then they're just like, oh my god, I got the wrong order. Oh my god, like the driver fucked up. And then they'll contact the company and they'll get a full reimbursement. They'll get their money back and they just got free food.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So how are we wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you guys hear me bitch about this shit all the time, but it really happens. Like, and people wonder why I'm so pissed. And it's just like, well, you go on and get out there, waste your gas, your time. And it's like, if I'm nice to you, like, that's a treat. Because you're lucky I didn't bitch your ass out. Getting to your house to drop off your shitty food, I had to go through obstacles to get to your fucking house.
Yeah.
Without a gate code. Like, you're fucking lucky, you piece of shit. Why the fuck you even live here?
Yeah.
Did you forget where you live?
I was gonna say that. I was like, I know it's complicated to find my place. That's why if I do order anything, like with Amazon and Walmart, I can't track it. With Amazon, it doesn't always tell me where they're at. So, but if I know where they're coming from, or if I know that they're around the area, I'll try and meet them outside. Because, like I said, it is kind of complicated to find my place. So, like when I did order Uber Eats, I went almost all the way to the corner to flag down the delivery driver because they couldn't find the address. And I was like, it's already here, waving and shit. Like, but I'm gonna be like, oh, you're stupid. What the hell?
Right?
Don't you see it's right here?
My god. Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna get all mad at them. They're doing me a favor. They're saving me from having to go get it. So I shouldn't get pissed at them. But then again, nobody's that smart. Not everybody's that considerate, I guess.
That's why I really admired when you asked me. You were like, how would you word or how would you word it in a way that you would understand to deliver it?
Yeah.
Deliver your items. And so I written it out for you, and I was like, I would understand that. And trust me, like people, they leave paragraphs for how to get to their house, and I'm just like, why couldn't they just say?
That was me. I was too detailed in my instructions of where my place was, and if you can't find it here, you can leave it here and stuff like that. I was too detailed, so I was like, the drivers aren't reading that shit. Plus, most of the drivers that deliver to my house are Latinos, so they don't even read in English.
Oh my goodness.
And so I was like, okay, how can I simplify it? Because I'm too detailed, I guess. It gets complicated for them, so I was like, how do I do it? But yeah.
Yeah, and I suggested the numbers to put magnets and stuff. Yeah, and I was like, I hope that helps. Some people, like, they don't even have house numbers, and they're just like, it's right there. And it's just like, there are no fucking numbers. Because there were a couple of times where I would leave it, like, at the wrong house. And then, like, as I'm walking away, like, I'll be like, I don't even know if this is the right house. So, like, I'll double check. And then I'm like, oh, shit, this is the wrong house. So I'll actually have to go back. Because you and I did that at an apartment complex one time. And poor Rob, he was picking up oh my gosh, my man's so muscular. He picks up this case of water like it was nothing. And I'm just like, I would have struggled with that. But we dropped the groceries off at the wrong place. And then we found the right place. And then we had to go back and pick up the groceries. And we were like, oh, we dropped it off at the wrong place. And so, and I'm pretty sure, and I felt this before, that you know how there's videos on TikTok, reels that are floating around of Amazon drivers or, delivery drivers, like, stealing packages when really they probably just dropped it off at the wrong house and they came back to pick it up to deliver it to the right place. But, of course, these people are taking the videos and editing it as if they're stealing the packages. So that's why I was like, Yeah. So when I did that, when I dropped it off at the wrong house, they had those camera phones.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be like I would drop it, and then I'm like, holy shit, I think and then it is at the wrong house. I would go back, I would pick up the package, and then I would show the camera, like, I dropped the package off at the wrong house. And then I'll read the number, and then I'm like, the house is next door. And then I'll I'll walk back, and then I'll show the package again, and then I walk to the correct house. That way they can't really edit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I dropped it off at the wrong, or that I was stealing packages.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're a delivery driver, think about that. Like if you drop things off, then, show the camera, like, I dropped this package off at the wrong house. I am not stealing it.
Yeah. Some drivers aren't thoughtful like that. Like, okay, I know that I told you, so it was probably the last time that I got mad. I understand, but even then I was like, okay, I understand. They could have not seen my number, but that they see the number up there. I know my house didn't, well, you can't really find the number, or you couldn't find the number at that time on my apartment, but you can see the apartment number that you're dropping it off at, and you know that that's not the address that you're supposed to drop it off at. So why leave it there? That's what pissed me off, because it was like, first of all, it was a bunch of fucking groceries. I know I was supposed to not cuss today, but it was a bunch of groceries. It was heavy stuff. Like, it was cases of water and soda and detergent and all kinds of stuff. And I had to go not only out through my gate, but then I had to go open up my neighbor's gate. And I was like, I could get shot right now. They have this big-ass dog. I could have got bit by this big-ass dog just because the driver, first of all, they could have hit me up. Walmart usually calls me because, like I said, it is kind of hard to find my place. And then when they do find it, the front gate is locked. So I would understand. And I put on the instructions that say come into the back. But, again, too detailed. So they can call me, or they can text me, or they can just let somebody know, like, hey, leave it outside of my gate. They've done that before too, but to go and leave it at another apartment, you can see their number and you know it's not the right one. Why would you do that? But
you know what? Like, another thing that you should write on there. Maybe when I get there, I can rewrite it for you. But you should write drive around the back, because if you say come to the back, they're thinking that, because you're the way your front door is positioned, they're gonna think that they have to go through the maze. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you say drive around to the back, then they would be like, oh shit, it's easier. So. Yeah. So, because some people, they'll be like, oh, you could have just drove in the back. And it's like, well, you didn't fucking say that. So, and I'm struggling and you're watching me struggle. Like, you're not even, you could have just called me and be like, oh, you could just drive around in the back. Like, you're just watching me, and that's kind of fucked up. You know, and it's like, if there's any easier way, please let me know. Yeah.
Walmart didn't have the option for me to hit them up until recently. I started seeing that I can contact the driver.
Yeah. But
I could see, sometimes it doesn't, like, I'm also noticing that it's a little delayed. Because on the app, it would tell me that they're like 4 minutes away when the person's already dropping off my stuff. It's just like a coincidence that we were outside and we caught them. Or not caught them, but we were like, oh, okay, you're dropping off for me. And then the app is still showing that they're on their way. So I'm like, I don't get it. If I was just going based on the app, then we would not see each other. Mm-hmm. So I know this is supposed to be us venting, and we're venting about things that we didn't mean to vent about, I guess. Did you still want to, about the topics you were talking about?
What do you mean? Like, initially?
Yeah.
Do I still want to?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, because I don't know what I should be doing right now.
Okay, well, we're kind of talking about, we're venting about human behavior, and something that I've noticed recently, because I'm sure we mentioned it on the web run, is that I'm in a Bible studies, so I am reading the Bible. There's a lot of studying going on. Yesterday I went through, like, I don't know how many pages, how many chapters, but at the same time it's kind of, what is it called, disappointing, because I am trying to learn, right? So I'm kind of open to a lot of different sources. And what I'm finding out is everybody has their own opinion, and everybody wants to interpret the Bible in their own way. And I know that in the Bible it says you're not supposed to do that. So anytime that I hear someone say, well, I think or I feel like, and it's like, it shouldn't be what you think or what you feel like. It's what's in there. But then it also makes me realize that I shouldn't be looking ahead. Like, I'm just now starting it, and I'm already looking ahead. So I shouldn't be doing that. So it's my fault. And then another thing that I'm finding out is that even in the religious or I don't know if it's religious, but I guess so. I don't know. I didn't even know that there was so many denominations. I didn't even know that there was so many different religions, or names for them. But the more I am opening up myself up to those things, the more I can see where people are like, nah, this isn't for me. But it's because it's so fucking toxic. Yes, I know I just said I wasn't going to cuss, and I was going to try not to cuss, but I'm doing it anyway, so sorry. But I don't know, man. I don't like that it's so toxic, and it is easy for people that are looking for it to turn away from it, and that's what's sad because we are turning away from something that's innocent, something that that's not the reason why these things are happening. Like now, and again, I'm not saying that I'm a Christian or anything. I am reading a Bible, so I would understand where someone would be like, "Are you a Christian now?" And it's like, I am reading it to inform myself of it, but I wouldn't call myself a Christian. I don't follow a religion. And then seeing how these people in that religion are fighting against each other over their own understanding of it, it's sad. And it's sadder, or it's sadder for me because it's like so many people are searching and they get turned away or turned off by all the infighting. Like, you don't want to be a part of a group that's fighting with other people. Like, you're going to war over, man, over like one or two sentences that you're misinterpreting or you misunderstood, or your version of the Bible has it worded different, which I don't agree with. I think if it's a Bible, it should all say the same thing. I don't understand why they want to switch up words or way they want to take out verses of it. So I could definitely see where it's easy to just be like, yeah, I don't want to be a part of this. So, and again, it is sad because I feel like that's part of the reason why so many people aren't saved or they don't feel saved. And that's kind of what, I don't want to say makes it easy for people to sin, because I think sin is just objective. We're all sinners at the end of the day. Everything we do is pretty much bad because that's where we came from. But anyway, it's just, I don't know, it's disheartening to see so many people fighting. What the heck is that? One motorcycle?
Sorry.
It sounds like a pig. But
oh, I know.
I guess I know that I know a lot of people that are like, yeah, I just don't know which one to follow or which one to read or which one to believe or whatever. I would say don't completely shut yourself off to it. Do your own research, do your own reading. Just I feel like you know what's right in your heart, what fits for you. And man, I'm seeing so many different churches too doing some crazy stuff, man. And it's just like, wow, this is just too much. But I'm not gonna let it stop me from what I've made this goal for myself to read it front to cover for myself. But that's what I've been doing for.
Isn't it kind of hard not to see that though? Like,
yeah, because
if you
it
were
is
to
in
go
your
down
face.
like a good rabbit hole and then all of a sudden you're being taken a different way.
Yeah, because okay, like there's one person that said read the Bible to accept it, not to understand it. Because when you're trying to read the Bible for the first time, there are so many words in there that you just don't understand. There's a lot of ways that it's worded where it doesn't make sense if you're trying to understand it. So if you're reading it to accept it, like, it does make more sense, and it does make it easier. That's how I am where I am now. Because before I was trying to understand every single word, and it's like that's not going to happen the first time that you're reading the Bible. So the first time you should just read it to accept it, and the second, like, you shouldn't just read it one time. The Bible, I'm where I'm at right now, I'm figuring that it's all connected, and there's so many like, it's really, really, really a deep book. Even if you don't believe in it, even if you don't believe in what it's supposed to be, if you just read it as a book, it's very deep. I don't like I keep going to like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, because in the box office those movies made a lot of money. In the box office they're like visually what's it called, like they catch your attention just on the visuals, right? The storyline and everything, the characters and everything. It's inviting. Like, there's something for everyone in there. And I don't understand how the Bible, like, taking religion out of it, taking other people's opinion out of it, just as a book, it should be like that too. It's very deep. It has a lot of meanings to it. And if you read it for yourself, it makes a lot of sense for you. So that's what's keeping me excited to read it and understand it for myself. Because if I go based on like the videos that I've seen and the people and all these people fighting with each other and no, it means this and no, it means that, and that's a turnoff. That's what's going to keep me from watching it or from reading it. Because again, when I was a kid, I was like, if this is what the church is, I don't want it. If this is what love is, I don't want it. It's the same thing. So I don't know. It is. That's definitely where I'm at now. Like, I'm deep into it. It takes my entire day. I go from waking up in the morning, praying my personal prayers. I do pray all day. I am praying all day. To now adding to that, reading the Bible. That keeps me busy all day. The times that I'm not reading, like, I'm not actually reading the book by myself or for myself, I'm trying to distract myself with like social media and stuff, but it's all over there. It's all over the place. How we were talking about algorithm, it's doing that with the Bible stuff and religion, and it's trying to steer me away from certain things, and I'm like, nope, I can't. But yeah, I was watching some stuff last night that I was just like, man, if I wasn't for myself, dedicating myself to read this, I would have already turned this off. I would have already been turned off to it. So that's my little
That's
rant.
probably what it's
That's
trying
what,
to get you to do.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh, I'm gonna have him go down this way, so he won't want anything more to do with it.
yeah. But I have a lot of discipline and a lot of self-control. So I know what those things are trying to do. I know that for a lot of those people, distracting people from understanding things themselves. Like people's attention spans now, right? Because I could be like, oh, you know what? I'm never gonna be able to. I'm just gonna watch a movie about it. But even in the, I mean, I have a mind of my own, so it makes me wonder like what was left out of it. What was left out of the movie? What was the movie focused on? And then I want to again, I want to read it for myself. So I know that there's people out there that aren't like that. They're like, I'm just gonna read or listen to the audiobook, or I'm just gonna have somebody tell me what it is. And it's like, well, yeah, but that's their interpretation of, or that's what they got out of it. That's another thing too. Like I'm starting to understand. Like I guess it goes back to what I said about it being deep, having deep meaning. Is that certain chapters are stuff that you can relate to. So they hit you different. Something like I can't relate to a rich person that has 3 jet planes, but I can relate to a person that has sandals and like has this cloth and they're walking around. Like I can relate
Chanclas.
to that. Yes, chanclas, like huaraches. That's pretty much what Jesus was wearing. He was wearing huaraches, and that's what my people wore, and that's what my people use. So I do see that, and I'm like, yeah. And they he didn't go to he wasn't in the desert in a Lambo. Like he was on a donkey. Like he was very humble. So I don't know. Like I can't be like, oh yeah, but screw that story. I don't like it. I want the glamour and I want the like show me the like what the kings were doing. I don't know. I just can't. Especially when well, I like I said, I know people are gonna be like, oh, you switched up, and no, I didn't because if you're really paying attention, when I say I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. I do believe in Jesus. I do believe in God. I do believe in a creator, and I do believe that we're here for a reason. I don't feel like we're just here to like be born, suffer, work, suffer, die, suffer, or suffer and die. I feel like there's way more to life than that. So me now having an understanding of Jesus and his sacrifice for us to turn around and be like, that's not enough. I have to do these things. Or like him shedding his blood is not enough. That's a slap in the face to God. That's a slap in the face to Jesus. That's a slap in the face to our own parents because tell that to your mom who had to go through the labor pains. Like tell her that oh your pain was not enough. Sorry, mom. Like,
Mm.
dude, think about it. Somebody took on your sins and was killed for that. So just so that you could have the freedom, even that, just like I know that we talk so much crap about America and how like oh we're so enslaved and this and that. At least we have the freedom to have an opinion because other countries can't say that. Other people in other countries can't say F our government. We can say that and get away with it. They can't do that because they'll get beheaded. So we have to be grateful for what we have. And in my opinion, we should be grateful to the person that took on that cross for us. So I can't turn back now. I have to keep going, and I'm not gonna let any videos or any infighting in those communities keep me away from the true meaning and the reason why. So that's my little rant.
Mm. All true.
Yeah.
I have to do my own rant probably in another episode
Yeah.
about. I mean, I don't know. It's to people. It's like it's just ranting. Like that's all it is. Like it's nothing more to them other than Rob's mad. Rob's turned crazy. Um,
Yeah.
Rob is he's this Jesus freak now, or you know what I'm saying. But it's like they're missing the entire fucking point.
Mhm.
And I know I don't talk about it as much, and that's something I would like to do this year. Is I want to talk more about the discipline where I come from. Because your kind of discipline is, like when that you, um, okay, well that God chose you to do,
Mhm.
and like the messages and like your Bible studies and like that's one kind of discipline. And I know I don't really like talk, and I have in the past, but I think people still didn't get it, and I guess they never will. But I guess I can use that as an upper hand to talk more about my kind of discipline, or the discipline
Mhm.
that where I come from. Because I think it's a lot more of what people are going through, and that they're allowing themselves to, because And I get my, honestly, like I get my, okay, I've had my own thoughts of like when I see people like in the street, or when I'm doing deliveries or whatever, like you already have, or it's giving me the idea of what people are going through. And I say idea because I'm not about to read these people. If they're not reaching out to me for help, or I'm not just gonna walk up to someone, tap them on the shoulder and be like, hey, like I can help you with this, like whatever personal stuff you're going through. Like, I'm not doing that. But when you're watching YouTube, or when you're watching social media, you can literally like see the cries for help. And people, they're so open with their mental illnesses and things like that, and it's just like, no, mental illness is not your problem, bro. It's not your mental illness that is making you like this, sis. It's more like it's these other things that you're not willing to look at yourself. you know um and I was talking about this briefly because people at the Christmas dinner table, they don't ever really know what the hell I'm talking about. They my own family, they only see the anger, and they don't understand why I'm angry. Like, they have an idea, but they don't really like know like what I'm pissed about. And one of the things that I brought up at the dinner table was, like, these people are just so out of control that they're just calling these mental illnesses, but they're like playing video games all day, and thinking that they could just get a check from the government. And they're saying that something's wrong with them, like not physically, but it's their mood, it's what they're thinking, it's all these negative thoughts. And my whole thing is, laziness is not a disability. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. Like, that's what you're trying to present, and you're trying to be like, oh yeah, it's a thing. Like, oh my god, like, it's a thing. Like, no doctor can really diagnose me, but it's a thing. And it's like, no. And for me, it's like, you want to say that it's all these things just so you can keep people not going in on you. But I'm going to go in on you and tell you and let everyone know what the fuck this shit is looking like what it really is. So for me, yes, it is modern human behavior, but at the same time, I'm going to fucking bring in some shit just so you know about it. I'm not trying to, and I don't want to say convert after what you just said, babe. All of the things that you said, I'm not attacking that, or nor am I saying that that's what you're doing, because other people, they're going to take it like that. So that's why I have to clear the fucking air and be like, that's not what we're doing. We're just speaking on these things. And however you take it, it is important, because if we say all of this shit and then you flip the shit and be like, oh, well, this is what I heard. They're trying to convert. They're trying to dictate. They're trying to, and it's like, you completely did not listen or understand, or not trying to understand what we're saying. So maybe get the hell on out of the chat because that's not what we're trying to say. But I do want to go in more on what shit looks like, because I'm seeing a lot of these things just take over people. A lot of these people are just okay with, just being total assholes and bitches and talking like it's a glow up. Like, them having this fuck you attitude and things like that. Sure, you can feel like that to some extent, but what they're forgetting is that they're not giving a reason why. Like, and the reasons that they're giving, it's like, who the fuck are you to be like, oh, that's right and that's wrong? And very briefly, for instance, a dude does something nice for a woman and it not being good enough, and talking to the dude like, oh my god, you guys, like this dude took me out on my first date. He took me to Chick-fil-A. Like, what kind of shit is that? And you really gonna take me to Chick-fil-A? And it's just like, oh my god, it's disturbing. So what, what is this shit? And I'm gonna be talking to the people that are watching it. I'm gonna be talking to the people that fucking act like that. I'm gonna be talking to the people that do things like that for ungrateful people. And I'm gonna be talking about,
Be right back.
Okay. But I'm gonna be talking to a lot of fucking people that are validating these types of behavior, or people that are hurt from them, people that are angry from them, because that's a very hurtful, mean thing to do. So I'm going to be talking about all these things. And yes, I'm going to be talking about videos as I go along with these lessons, because like, I feel like people, yes, they comment. Sometimes people, like, they clown, they troll, but there are people that are really suffering from acting like this, receiving these kinds of behaviors after trying to do a good thing for somebody. It's just not right. It's not cool. It's not cool to troll either. And a lot of people, they they're just like, oh, these, that motherfucker's sensitive, or like, oh, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, and and those things, yeah, it's kind of true, but like let's like, if you feel like your voice or your opinion is valuable, and you must think it's valuable to some extent because you're commenting on it, but it's like, why don't you use that energy that you used to comment some troll shit and speak on some true shit? It's doing those changes, and everybody that's involved in these comments, in the threads, and all of these things, they're kind of held responsible too. But they all hide behind a username. They all hide behind, a fake picture. They never dare share their lives, or they'll never show their face. And it's like, I'm gonna help everyone, like, to not be offended by some stupid shit, what stupid fucking people are saying. So that is what I think is important for me to go over, because like nobody's saying anything about it, But I don't know. Like, I think there has to be a lot more doing than just like saying, right? So, for how we're doing the Y run, and yeah, it's all like verbally and things like that. That's why for me, I gotta do some shit too. So it's not just you guys, it's me as well. So that's why I call myself out way before anybody can. And if somebody says it back to me, it's like, well, I already said that. So, it's almost like, yeah, I'm covering my ass, but I'm actually like doing it. Like, I'm actively changing, and I'm actively telling you guys. And if I'm doing it, then yeah, I kind of do expect everyone to do it as well, and then see how they feel about it. See how it's changing their mood, how it's changing their thinking into a positive way than a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can say nothing about it. So yeah, that's gonna come up in future episodes. So I hope you guys will be all there for my teachings, as well as just Rob's teaching. And you guys can visit him on Twitter, x.com/Rob's Just Thinking, and I'll drop a link so you guys can check out all of his things that he has going on the X.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's almost like a review. I'm buying all these things so that you don't have to. And I'm gonna give you an honest review. Remember that podcast I was supposed to start too?
What podcast?
Remember?
No. Which one?
No, me reading reviews.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah.
How you
I
feeling?
think hungry. My food's here, by the way. But I was gonna tell you I'm gonna have to go soon. But I was gonna say, when we really when you bring stuff to the table and I bring stuff to the table and we're open-minded, we're not. I hope that you know that when I tell you stuff, it's not like, oh, see, following Jesus is better than your religion, or not religion, but your beliefs. That's not it. If anything, we're comparing, like, see how similar they are. Do you see how? And I think that's how it should be with everybody. But everybody's so like closed off, and no, I'm right, and no, you're right. Like, it shouldn't be an argument. It shouldn't be a debate. It should be an introduction. Like, let me introduce you to the things that I've discovered, and in the end, we're gonna find that they're very similar, and it's not as complicated as people make it.
Everyone likes an argument. Everyone likes a debate. And if you're not into debates, that automatically means that you're a pussy, and you can't handle the truth. Like, it's all of those things. But it's like, okay, well, you think you got me there, but like, what do you think about this other thing? Why don't you go ahead and tell me about it? If you think you know so much, and if you think what I'm saying is wrong and what you're saying is right, explain it to me. Like, don't just be like, oh, you're wrong like this, and I know because this and that. And it's just like, okay, well, you're telling me, or you're showing me, that you cannot have a healthy debate because all you're doing is talking shit. So let's start with that. You need to calm the fuck down and quit yelling at me. Just because you yell at me or you're talking louder than me does not make you right. Aren't you supposed to be cool and gentle with this shit? But you're it's like you're hiding behind something that you think that everyone should bow down to. But really, you're using it in a way so that everyone will bow down to you. You need to cut that out. Because that's already what's wrong, and we haven't even opened the Bible yet. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, that's what I tackle. I tackle how you're treating people and how you're talking to people. And people say to me all the time, well, you're yelling at us. And it's like, okay, well, first of all, you are paying too much attention to how I sound, and you're not even listening to the fucking message that I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Because that person yelling and talking about the Bible or just whatever that he thinks is right and what you're saying is wrong is not right. The person that is doing all of that shit, they don't come from anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, they're not. I don't want to say they're like, okay, I'll say it. They're no one special. Like they, let's just say, God didn't handpick them to be the messenger. They're just, they're a part of the flock, and they just happen to be the one that's declared legally insane. So it's, are you gonna listen to that, or are you gonna listen to someone that's gonna be open and listen and actually like give you something other than telling you, and you back down, you listen, you this, you that, I, me. Are you gonna listen to someone like that? No, you shouldn't. No. But just because they look better, or just because their house is better, just because they got all the followers and all the videos and all the ratings and a nice flashy car, and them say like, oh, I know, because look at all what God has blessed me with, and it's all materialistic shit. And I'm just saying this as a for instance, because I see something wrong with how messages get delivered. Yeah, mine don't sound that good, but mine comes from a place of real discipline. Like discipline, like right and wrong. And like what you're doing is wrong. And I'll tell you why it's wrong. And I'll tell you what it does to people. And I'll tell you what it's doing to you. And I'm going to tell you what it's doing to your family. And how it's affecting your business or your job or who you are as a person. I will totally throw you under the bus. Drive over you, reverse, drive over you, reverse. Yeah. Like I will get you caught on something under the bus, and I will drag your ass. Because it's about time that you shut the hell up and you got to listen. And just be open to it. And I a lot of people I know aren't going to like it, but it has to be said. It has to be said in this way, because no one talks to you like that. And that's everybody's fucking problem, is that you had parents, but they never talked to you like that. Why? Because I don't know, you had no father, or your mother passed away, or something, and you're just running around thinking like you could just say and act however the fuck you want to act, and that's not cool.
It's fear. Parents are afraid to discipline their kids now because kids are so quick to call it abuse. And then we have a system that doesn't back up the parents either. Like, they know that that's what kids need. Kids need to be disciplined, and I don't mean beating up your kids. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about discipline. That's completely different. So the system is now like, oh yeah, you can't yell at your kids because that's abuse. And then it's like, okay, so what's the punishment? You're going to take my kids from me. Okay, take them. Go put them in the system then. Because you know what the system is about now? And a lot of people that came from the system will tell you that it's true. It's trafficking. So of course you're going to want to take your kids. And if a kid wants to be in the system where they're going to be trafficked to whoever or to do whatever, then okay, cool, that's what you chose. That's what you wanted. Because you couldn't handle me yelling at you because you want to touch the stove and I told you it's hot. Now go ahead and touch it and bring yourself in. And it's hard for parents to be like, oh, but that's my kid and I love him. No, you got to let him go through shit. Don't be afraid. Because you're not doing them or yourself a favor.
They need to bring back spanking.
Spanking? Yes,
because, man, when I got spanked, best believe I never did it again. Never did it again. And, I think what also helped was that my dad has a very strong, powerful voice, that when my dad yelled at you, like, that was like a spanking. That's what my dad's voice yelling at us to like not do it again. And it was like, oh shit. Like, I'm not doing that. But people, they don't know what abuse is and what disciplining, and I've said this on Twitter, and I believe we talked about it in an episode where I said, okay, if you have an open hand and you slap your child in the butt, that is discipline. If you have an open hand and you slap your child in the face, that is abuse. If you have a closed fist and you hit your child in the face, that is abuse. And if you have your hands closed into a fist and you put your hands on him on his behind his backside, that is abuse. Because you're like punching your child. And people, they just think, oh, but it's the fact that you're laying a hand on them. And it's like, on the butt? I didn't say like in the face, in the head, or... Huh?
What do they have a fat butt, though?
That piece.
That's all.
Put a pamper on them.
Well, then they don't feel it and they're not going to learn. A lot of the times when parents get mad at a child...
Act. Well, listen.
A lot of... Wait. Okay, go.
Okay, just real fast. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, and I've seen this before, and it does work. I seen a man spank his child, but it was like tapping. Like, he tapped his child on the butt, and the kid cried. So it's that act of that discipline, like, hey, if you do it again, I'm going to spank you. I'm going to spank your butt. So it's just that spanking and that action of being spanked, it disciplined that child. And the father was like, are you going to do it again? And then they're shaking their head, no. But it was a tap. So I seen that at the mall, and I was like, okay, so it's not how hard you're spanking. Oh dear. Yes. it's just the act. Because I remember that because my nephew was like 2 years old at that time, and we went to the mall a lot. So when I seen a child that was my nephew's age, like get tapped, in the butt by his dad, the kid cried because it was just the act. It wasn't like he
It wasn't the force.
spanked. Yeah. So it's the act. If you like, hey, if you do that again, I'm gonna spank you. So in the child's mind, that's like, yeah, you're being spanked, but to them, it's just like, it's like, oh shit. So, but and I remember my dad doing that to me. He spanked me, but he didn't spank me hard, and he spanked my cousin, and I know he didn't spank him that hard, but my cousin was just a badass little boy. Like he just, and he knew that if he did some shit, he would get spanked. But it was just the act that of getting spanked by someone that was not his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Because when his stepdad would spank him, he was just like, whatever. But because my dad was, louder and like he really disciplined, like he was scared of my dad. So my dad just like, yeah, he spanked him, but it wasn't hard. And my cousin just fell on the floor, and my dad spanked me, and yeah, I cried because, like, he's my dad, and I didn't want to disappoint him, and he's mad at me. That's why I cried, and it didn't even hurt. Like, the way that my dad spanked me, or spanked us, it didn't hurt. It was just the fact that I disappointed my dad. My dad's mad at me, and I'm devastated, So,
yeah.
And I know to people like, oh, look at her, she's trying to justify. Like, yeah, because that's what it is. But everything's so fucking illegal now, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I was a bad kid, man. I feel sorry for my parents now. But with a lot of things, I had to do it for myself to learn. So when you think about, like, when does a parent, quote unquote, discipline their kid by spanking them or actually physically putting hands on them? It's when the parent is afraid that the child is going to get hurt, right? Like, oh, get off the table because you're going to fall. You're afraid that they're going to fall, they're going to hurt themselves, you're going to end up in the hospital, they're going to bust their head open, and they're going to die. And so it's the fear, right? And then you get frustrated and you spank them. You're like, didn't I tell you to get off the table? It's when that's the last resort for a lot of parents. Or that's how it used to be. Now, well, when it became abuse, it was like, that's your go-to. Like, you're not even telling the kid, like, kids are dumb. Kids don't get on the table thinking, I'm going to fall. Like, they don't get on the table thinking, like, I'm going to hurt myself. They think, oh, I'm going to go up there because it's fun. It looks like fun. So they don't understand that there's danger up there, or that there's any kind of danger. So two things that I know for me worked that worked for me was, one, let me do it, let me find out for myself. And then not only that, but that led me to learning from other people's mistakes. For instance, when I was a kid and I needed to try things to find out for myself, my parents would tell me, like, you're going to fall, it's going to hurt, and I'm not going to take you to the hospital. I'd be like, okay, I would do it, I would fall, it would hurt, and they wouldn't take me to the hospital. So they didn't have to hit me for me to learn that. I learned it myself. So then when the younger kids were like, oh, I want to touch the fire, I would be like, listen, it's going to hurt. Because, again, you can't tell somebody not to do something. If they want to do it, they're going to do it. They're going to find a way to do it. So I would be like, it's going to hurt. But if you need to try it, okay, do it. Just know it's going to hurt. And then they'll be like, nah, I don't want to do it. Or I know that my aunt did this with my cousin. He wanted to touch the stove, and she was like, it's hot. And she, like, moved his hand with force. Not hit him, but she just moved his hand and was like, watch out, it's hot. And then he was like, it's fine. And then so she was like, oh, okay. So she called all of us to the kitchen, and she was like, okay, he's going to touch the stove, and it's hot, and I'm telling him it's going to hurt, but he needs to do it. So I want you guys to watch him do it. And then so, like, the little ones, they saw and they were like, oh, hell no, because it hurt. It's freaking hot, dude. Like, you're touching fire. It's going to hurt. So when he got burnt, he was like, oh, fuck. Like, everybody got scared because, well, I didn't, because I had known it was going to be hot. I had already tried it myself. So I was like, yeah, that's going to suck. But the younger ones learned from his mistake. They were like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So a lot of the times when we were disciplined, it wasn't by them hitting us. It was by them telling us first, don't do it because it's not good. And then, oh, you're still going to do it? Okay, go for it. Just know that there's consequences. And then that's how we learned. Like, for me as a child, it didn't turn into abuse until I was protecting my mom from the abuse. But that's something completely different. So when my dad would yell at us and tell us not to do something, and he would discipline us by like, I don't want to say punish us by, like, taking it away from us, but I guess back then that was a punishment because we wouldn't listen to him. That, to me, was an abuse. Even, like, when my dad had this tendency to, like, pull our ears. And, yeah, it fucking hurt. Like, somebody's pulling at your ear and it fucking hurts, of course, right? So he would do that, but I still wouldn't look at that like abuse. It didn't turn into abuse until it was, like, throwing me up against walls and shit and, like, fucking beating me up and stuff, but that's something different. But I think there's a technique when it comes to discipline or even there's a non-violent technique that psychologists are recommending for people because, of course, like I said, now you can't even talk to your kids a certain way before they start screaming abuse. And, it doesn't take much for you to be at a grocery store or at the mall or whatever, and then your kids just start, acting up and you feel like you can't do anything. So the technique is, for instance, you said that you guys were at the mall, and so you wanted to be there, right? Babe?
What? Be at
You
the
wanted
mall?
to be at the mall? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So if your parent would have told you, like, stop acting up, stop being loud, or whatever it was, I don't know what it was, but, or we're going to leave, they're taking something that you want away from you. That's not going to hurt you, right? But just the fact that you can't control yourself from what they're telling you not to do, you're going to lose the privilege of being somewhere where you want to be. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody got hit, nobody got abused, CPS is not going to come for you, but you're disciplining your child, like, hey, we can have fun, we can be here, but if you start acting up, we're going to leave. And nobody's going to have fun because we're all just going to go home now and be all mad. So it's taking the, like, showing the kid that their actions have consequences.
Mm-hmm.
I think now people weaponize, like, man, I don't want to say weaponize either, but it's kind of true when they put you in timeout and then they're teasing you. I've seen this before, and I don't think that's good. When they put somebody in the corner or quote unquote timeout, and then they're like, look, we're having fun and you can't join us, and I don't think that's right because it's not teaching the kid anything. If anything, they're like, I don't care. So it starts desensitizing them from caring about being excluded. So if you tell the kid, like, we want you to be a part of this, we want you to be a part of the family, a part of game night or whatever it is, the activity that they're acting up on, but because you're not controlling your emotions or controlling your anger, you can't participate. And I hate that. I want you to be here. See, it goes back to the disappointment that you felt like your dad was disappointed, and that's what hurt the most. That hurt more than him hitting you.
Yeah.
So I guess they're going back to that type of technique. It's like, I want you to be here. I want you to be a part of it, but because of your actions, you're not going to be. And then it gives the child not only accountability for their own self. Like, of course, we all get mad. Look at me, I got mad over potatoes, right? But like, I didn't throw a tantrum. And maybe I did, I don't know, but there's a difference between, oh, you're mad, and I understand that you're mad, and I'm sorry that the game didn't end the way you wanted it, but it's okay. We have a chance to play again. Versus they throw a tantrum and they fucking throw the game board and, like, they're throwing stuff and they're, like, screaming and like slapping everybody. It's like, no, you can't do that. You can't throw your like, I had a, I had a stepson that would play video games, and he would get pissed and he would break his controllers because he would just throw it up against the wall. And it was like, okay, good job. Now you don't have a controller. Now you can't play. Now you got to put the game away. And of course he would be mad, and he would be mad at himself for throwing the controller, but he wouldn't learn. Why? Because a week later you're getting a new one. It's like, no, you got to work for the money. No,
that's me.
Now you got to go out there. You got to figure out. I bought you the first one. You broke it. Now you either have to go out and work for it or don't play. If it's really causing you that much anger, and that's something that I'm seeing with kids nowadays, of course, is video games. They're like these computer games, and they're just, man, they get so pissed at what's going on a video game and like with people online. And again, it's like, okay, I'm going to take this power cord and you're not going to have it anymore because of their tantrums that they're throwing, not because they get mad. It's okay to be mad. It's not okay to break your own stuff because you're mad. You're like, that's me.
It is just me because, like, for me, if I lost at a game and I broke the controller, like, I wouldn't even give a fuck. I would just be like, psh. And then if he said, all right, so you're not going to get another one until, like, let's say a week, or now you have to buy yourself another one, or, like, if you were to say all that shit to me, I'd be like, fine, like, I'm not going to play this piece of shit game anyways. Like, you know, like, I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to play it. Like, fuck this game, fuck this controller, fuck everything. Yeah, and I would just go back to word search. Simple. But yeah, I mean, that's literally like how I am. Like, you know, because remember when I broke my door?
Yes.
When I broke my door, I was just like, I'm a fucking carpenter. I can fix this shit. I'm not gonna fix it right now because I can't look at this thing. Yeah, like, and same thing with my easel. Like, I fucking broke my easel, and I'm just like, I'm a fucking carpenter. I got all the tools to fucking fix it, but I ain't gonna fix this shit right now because I've done had it with this shit. Yeah, like, yeah, but if it was like other things, yeah, maybe. So I don't know, but I don't know. I've always I know this is going like way off, but like for me, like, again, if I want something, I'm gonna get it. Like, if I break a door, I would just be like, oh well, I'll just give me a new one. Like, but I feel like I have to get mad. Like, I have to break something. Like, not have to, but like, if I do, then it's like, it was a long time coming. Yeah, and that's not healthy. But I mean, I'm just saying, like sometimes I feel like people.
I'm gonna get you one of those punching dummies. You can name it whatever you want.
Yay!
And that way, when you go and you punch it, it's benefiting you too because you're growing muscle.
Oh my gosh, I got no muscles now, babe.
You're gonna be like Hulk when you're done. Like, what are you? How dare you cut me off?
Oh no! Instead of that, get me the Hulk hands, the toys.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a glove, but they're Hulk hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you punch something, it's like. Yeah, I want that. I want that.
Okay.
Either that or brass knuckles.
No, after that.
I'm
I'm gonna get you the
invincible.
Hulk ones. No. You're
Yeah,
gonna accidentally, quote unquote, swing your hand and hit me in the eye. And this is the other one. I'm gonna put them on your hands. They're like those little mittens that they put on kids so they don't scratch themselves or pull their hair.
Yes.
Like, it's okay. You can get mad.
I'd be like, come here. Let me test it on you.
Mm-hmm. And handcuff you.
Oh. Okay. Mm. Yes, babe.
That's how our rant session for today.
Yeah, and this is how it ends. Yeah. Hulk hands and handcuffs. That's how it ends.
Yeah, that's what you should call it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll call it that. Hulk hands and handcuffs.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, babe.
I'll let you go so you can mama, so you can eat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel too tired to go out and do deliveries, so we'll see what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Yes, but thank you for a really good episode, babe. Our first episode of 2025.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad it was with you, babe.
Always.
And thank you to everyone that has joined us on this premiere. We hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to add, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. And we will check you guys in the next Why Run podcast live. Peace.